Hello there, my name is Jordan Leroy Hansen, also known as Ledep, and welcome to the Brewing Labs. For this episode, I decided to do something a little interesting. I was kind of like playing casually on ladder, and I went against a deck that I kind of thought the design was actually really clever, so I kind of did my own variation of it, since I wasn't able to see the opponent's deck list. So what we're doing is we're actually going to brew a deck around a really specific land. In this case, Lotus Field. Very powerful land in Standard. Essentially, interesting tap, which is slow, but it taps for free mana, and it has Hexproof. Very powerful land if you can get it out, so... But the cost is, you do have to sacrifice 2 lands. So we kind of brewed our deck around that, making that weakness into kind of a strength. So what we do is we play 4 of Elvish Reclaimer. 1 mana, 1/2. It gets +2/+2 as long as there are 3 or more land cards in your graveyard. So, and it has an activated ability of 2 mana to tap it to sacrifice a land, search your library for a land card, put onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So we can actually use this to help tutor out a Lotus Field. So then, once we get Lotus Field out, how are we going to use it as kind of like a ramp? Well, there are ways about it, but mostly the primary way we're going to ramp with it is using Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner. 2 in a blue, 7 loyalty, which is a lot of loyalty for a free cost planeswalker. And it has, whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield, under your control, draw a card. Keep that static ability in mind, because we do take advantage of that a lot. But the primary one we're going to take advantage with Kiora is the -1. Untap target permanent. Permanent including lands, so as you can probably see, we're going to use Kiora to untap Lotus Field to hopefully get some really silly ramp-based shenanigans. Now, in the early game, mostly it's either ramp or just get a early 5 dropouts, such as Vantress Gargoyle. 5/4, synergizes with Kiora, and we can just use it to both mill lands from our graveyard as well mill the opponent if we need to, or just be a nifty blocker. Growth Spire to help us ramp a little bit more. Sometimes I have plays where it's like turn free and I already have 2 lands out. I have a Lotus Field in hand. I just play the Growth Spire, draw the card, play Lotus Field just so that we can get the ramp started. Then we have stuff like Bone Crusher Giant, another creature that has 4 greater than 3 power, which synergizes with Kiora, but also can be used as just a shock spell. Flame Sweep's in there to help us against early game aggressive matchups, since that is kind of this deck's a little Achilles heel, if I'm being quite frankly honest. Lovestruck Beast has a 2-of, just because it's also a nice creature that does synergize with Kiora, but also getting the 1/1 token is very nice. I'm almost tempted, you kind of either can go 2 Flame Sweep for free Lovestruck Beast, or do 2 Lovestruck Beast and free Flame Sweep. It's kind of interchangeable. Then, Kiora, as we mentioned before. I also put Sphinx of Foresight as a free of in the deck, synergize with Kiora, but the Scry ability is really nifty in this deck, as well as just the ability to just essentially just Scry at the beginning of the game if it's in your starting hand. Very nifty. Shifting Ceratops just in here to help us against the blue matchups or Systemic Flash matchups, also synergize with Kiora. Cavalier of Flames, very great for this deck. Being able to ramp into this and then just get the haste ability, and then if the creature even dies, since we're putting a lot of lands in our graveyard, we're going to do a significant amount of burn damage when it dies, so great for the deck. Chandra, Awakened Inferno, another great ramp target. Like, getting this out really early can just be a good game closer. We also put 2 of Gadlick the Wizen in the deck, mostly because just as a way as a card redraw engine, especially since the hand can easily be emptied if Kiora is not online, so that's pretty much our deck. We also, just for our land base, 1 island, 1 mountain, 1 forest against Assassin Trophy shenanigans, but primary it's 4 Steam Vents, 2 Temple Epiphany, 4 Stomping Ground, 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Temple of Mystery, and of course the Signature Land for Lotus Field. As for the sideboard, I haven't really developed one yet. This is kind of one of my rare times where I'm not going to do best of 2 with this deck. Honestly, if I were to develop the sideboard, it would probably be just something along the lines of throwing in some negates, maybe some extra board wipes, and maybe some control-based planeswalkers. Maybe even some shocks or lava coils. But honestly, this is more of a best-of-1 deck design, because it's more like, once people kind of realize the trick you're doing, they pretty much sideboard in the really good planeswalker hate, which then totally negates our ramp plans, so really, this is a best-of-1 deck, if I'm being quite frankly honest. So, if you want a deck that's at least fun to play in best-of-1, well, hopefully this suits the bill. Anyway, I like this because we have Speeds of Foresight in our starting hand, so I think I'm going to keep this. If we can, we're going to do the ability. If we can get, like, a Growth Spiral or such, yeah, I like it like that. So we're going to let this enter and tap. Pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing against Sky Fitz Rule, and it looks like they're playing Mono Red Shenanigans, so this deck is going to have a little bit of struggle, but it's not the end of the world, especially since we have 2 Flame Sweeps in our starting hand, so sorry about the random doggos, they like the bark. Okay, so Mardu Knights, essentially. Well, not Mardu, it could just be Rakdos Knights. So we're just going to block here. Really, we don't really need the Love Struck Beast as an aggressive unit. We're mostly going to be using it as a defensive-based unit. Hold your horses, opponent. I know you're the speedy deck, but I can think. Yeah, I think this is best just get the Lotus Field out online now. It would have been better if we had something like a way to draw a card and do like a Growth Spiral and such, but still, gets the job done. As long as they don't deal more than 4 damage to us, then we could. Well, we're still going to keep that online. Honestly, I don't like this move, but it helps negate the Embercleave shenanigans, so that's pretty much my main logic behind that. Okay. Now we just are in a pickle. Like, we are probably dead. Yep, we're dead. Yeah, like I said, this deck's primarily main weakness is aggro-based matchups. You could probably tweak the deck a little bit to try and include just early game spot removal and such to try to compete against that. That's what I was hoping that the Giants would do, but maybe it needs like 1 more or 2 Lava Coils and such in the main, honestly. But, like I said, best of 1, so let's do some more shenanigans with this deck, shall we? Okay, so Elvish Reclaimer, Speaks of Foresight. Yeah, maybe this is one of those lists where maybe going down to 2 Flame Sweep is a better idea. I like this hand, though. We do get a turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer, which could be really nifty to help us get the Lotus Field. Plus, also, Speaks of Foresight shenanigans, so... Ooh, I like that hand a lot. So, yeah, I like the Wizen. I mean, yeah, that's a good still restock engine. So, yeah, I like it as is. So, we're going to play this. We're going to play this. And then if we want to, we could play Temple of Epiphany, or we can play the Island and then just do Bone Crusher Giant if we think it's going to be problematic. Okay, it's a hero deck. Yeah, I think I'm just going to remove that now. So it looks like either Selesnya or Bant Heroes, potentially. It could also be Naya Heroes. It could be 2-color or 3-color, pretty much hero recent one deck, and... Okay, the opponent was not ready for a hard counter like that. Sorry if these videos are not really dynamic with the matches at the moment. It's either... Interesting. Well, lucky enough, since we're not doing a best of 2 of, we can get a few more matches in just to show off the... proclivities, but also strengths of the deck, so... Ah, perfect hand. We got turn 2, we got Elvish Reclaimer, we got Kiora for the combo. Cavalier Flames is a little awkward, but I like it as is, so... Okay, let's like Orzhov shenanigans. could also be Esper shenanigans. But the fact that they're playing... Okay, so yeah, it's Orzhov hand discard, which... I don't know how our deck fares against that archetype, to be quite frankly honest with y'all. That's kind of a we'll see and hope for the best kind of scenario. So yeah, we're going to do this. Play the Vantress Gargoyle. For those who are not familiar with this deck archetype, the basic Catch-22 shtick that they're doing here is they're probably going to use a lot of Flicker and just pretty much basic hand hate shenanigans. Like Temple Silence, they're probably going to do a Charming Prince, or a Yarok's Fenlecker. There we go, Charming Prince. They're going to Flicker the Burgerlat. And the basic premise of this deck is to more or less try to negate the hand hate, which is annoying for us, but I think we can go under it, so to speak. So, anyway, what we're going to do first is play the Temple of Mystery. You're a Behemoth Beckoner. Just in case if the hand hate gets specific, I think that's a good idea. So, oh. Ah! Yeah, that was a misplay. Oi, that was a misplay. Anyway, we're still going to do our thing that we're planning. Get the Lotus Field. Sacrifice these 2 lands. Make this into a 3/4, which is nifty. And just hope that we don't get targeted hand hate, because then we can just play Kiora and just... Okay, so they're making us hate more, so we're just going to play Kiora. As annoying as this is, the fact that if we can keep Gadwick online, I think we should be fine-ish. Plus, it also helps that we have at least a mill engine by ourselves, so we're not going to do anything. Pass the turn. Hopefully they only play just one hand hate card in this turn, because then we can just toss the Elvish Reclaimer, and then just have a decent Gadwick the Wizen. Not like amazing, but decent. So the opponent decides not to attack, keeping everything online, interesting enough. So we're just going to mill some cards. Okay, that was nifty, just in case. Okay, so what we're going to do is blue, untap, blue, and just do Gadwick for 3. Allows us to draw 3 cards, which is nifty. And we got actually some pretty good targets. We got a Shifting Ceratops, we got a Flame Sweep, which helps us negate their flickering shenanigans, at least with the Burger Rat and Charming Prince. We're not going to attack in for obvious reasons. But lucky enough, the best part is we can now block with the Vantress Gargoyle since we have more than 4 cards in our hand. And that is pretty much the Catch-22. So, okay, Ethereal Absolution, annoying, but not the end of the world. But it is annoying. Okay, so do I just want to double block and just get rid of this? Nah, I think... Well, there we go. That works. So, we're gonna do that. Untap.
Nature flows with vigor. I need some...
And pretty much put our opponent on a clock. Now, pretty much our game plan here is that... that's not good. What are they going to destroy, though? I'm going to guess the Chandra. Though they might target the Kiora, too, because they're worried about a card draw engine. Nah, Chandra. Makes sense. At least we get a Golem out of it, which... Yay. But that's not our only Chandra in the deck, so it's not the end of the world. block here. Mill us. Do we just want to Gadwick for 3 more cards? Maybe? I could also see an argument for just playing out these Elvish Reclaimers, just so that we get a board presence. This will still trigger Kiora's effect, though, and that might be alright. Actually, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, untap,
Let's get moving.
do this, get that down, so we get the trigger card draw, see what we draw into. That's not bad. And we still get these online, so we have some extra chunk blockers, so overall, not a bad turn. Mostly, our game plan now is kind of a delay game plan, and just hope that the inevitable peens from Shanra will negate the overall life gain synergy effects that they're going to get from their overall game, their game/deck design. But yeah, probably next turn, the play here is probably to play Gadwick again. Okay, now they're probably going to finally get rid of Kiora because it's being a bit of a pain in the butt to them. Makes sense. So yeah, looks like the Gadwick game plan. So yeah, we're going to block with Shifting and one of the Golems just to get their board presence a little bit down. That does lead to an interesting problem, though. The problem is we don't really have that many lands, and our card draw engine is a little bit negated. So, how do we approach this? Honestly, I think we're just going to shock this. And just, now it's kind of a case of chump block kind of scenario. That's not good. But yeah, we're just chump blocking, and pretty much we're now on a game of delay, and hope that we can actually top deck something. Really, all we need now is just one more land. Just so that we can put our Sphinx of Foresight into one untapped land to help us get Sphinx of Foresight online. And now the opponent's going to make flyers so that they can try to win through the skies. Annoying for us. Really annoying for us. So yeah, we need that untapped land. Come on, one time, give us the untapped land. Finlucker, we're just going to negate a Growth Spiral. Doom Foretold is annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, we're going to block. But we're probably dead? Well, there's that. And, yeah. Oy. Yeah, sometimes with deck designs, you get some good ideas, and then there's just sometimes you go against the bad matchup, so... We'll try one more game, but at least you kind of can see its strengths and its weaknesses. Its weaknesses primary is if the opponent can answer to any of the combo pieces, the Kiora, the Lotus Field, or any of the ways that we untap or ramp to, then the deck comes a little bit... Anyway, we're going to, yeah, keep this one hand, definitely. What do we toss? Genre, though, is tempting, but I think we toss the genre. Reveal this, and then we can just scry into our stuff. it seems like they're playing mono red, so probably keeping the Flame Suite is not a bad idea here. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put the Stomping Grounds at the bottom, put the Temple of Mystery on top. Not play it right off the bat, just mostly wait till we get to a time where we want to scry, so maybe on turn 2, since we don't have a turn 2 play at the moment of our hand. So yeah, it looks like mono red shenanigans, so we're gonna play a tap land. Growth Spile is actually pretty nice, so we're gonna keep that on top. Pass turn to our opponent. So, this could either be like Cavalcade red, this could also just be big red. We'll see. So, I'm just gonna ramp. That way, next turn, we can just play our Sphinx of Foresight and just be alright at the moment. I am concerned that our opponent hasn't played anything yet. That I find concerning. Maybe they're just holding out and waiting to... Yeah, I like this. We're gonna play out the Sphinx. Then we're gonna play out the Elvish Reclaimer. Yeah, that kind of was suspected. So then Lava Coil, I'm guessing? Oh, no. That's not a good sign. Wait.
You will feel the lick of your end has arrived.
I mean, it works for our opponent, I will not lie. It's just kind of... what I did not suspect, for lack of a better word. Yeah, we're gonna toss that. Lotus Field is what we want. Do we have enough mana to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We're 1 mana off against negating this, which is annoying. So I think the best play here is just do that, play out our Questing Beast or Blocker if they have any low to the ground units, and then just do that. Do we initiate the trade? Maybe? Maybe. Nah, I like the Scry a lot more, and if we need to block, we can block. There could have been an argument that maybe I should have just attacked into the Sarkon, honestly, but that one was kind of... But yeah, this is definitely, like, ramp red from the looks of it. Mono red ramp, essentially. What you do is you just stall, and then you get to your big targets. I do have to admit, I was surprised to see the Ironclad Feet in there.
Are you ready?
Mostly probably there just to get, like, Dracusef and stuff like that. Really? Okay, I'm probably being led into an Infuriate, if I'm being honest, but... I think we still take this opportunity, just to be safe. Yeah, it looks like an Infuriate, so... Or just Sarkon number 2.
I fight with a dragon, behold!
Well... Yeah, we're gonna go with our initial game plan. Burn everything to the ground. Okay. So we're gonna scry. Keep that on top. Play this. That way, we're not going to attack. Well, actually. Oh, wait. Yeah, we should attack with it. Well, we're gonna give it haste. I was being a little clever and thinking, oh, I could give it reach and then he'll block, but no, really, I should just give it haste and then attack into the Sarkon. Okay, opponent? I don't know what you're doing, but I am curious. Okay, I'm gonna say this. If the opponent, like, just 7 dwarfs us, I will have to actually have a pretty good chuckle. Though that is concerning. Let's see what they play. Another Leyline of Combustion. Okay, this must be an opponent that's testing, like, the waters for Mono-Red Devotion. That is my guess, because, sheesh, they have a lot in the Devotion department, if we're being quite frankly honest. I don't mind that, actually, just in case. I'm just going to swing in with 4 Chump Blocker, and then get another Chump Blocker out, and then just hope that they don't go off. But yeah, this is definitely a deck that screams, I'm gonna be Mono-Red Devotion once Pharaohs comes out. Okay, we got the win with the deck. Whew. To be fair, I think the opponent wasn't drawing into their gas, but that was still pretty interesting to see. So, nevertheless, that is the deck. It is what I call Lotus Ramp. Like I said, it's not the best deck in the world. Maybe you can tweak it a little bit here and there, but overall, I had some fun with it. Honestly, if there's one tweak I would probably take is maybe take out like 2 temples to put in 2 Castle Vantresses just in case if we need to go into the Scry game. And maybe include some Lava Coils, but besides that, we could do some tweaks to the sideboard and such, but this is more of a best of 1 deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the brewing shenanigans, and sorry if this video, if my eyes were going whoop, whoop. I'm doing a new editing setup where essentially I look over there just at my editing screen and such, so my apologies in advance on that. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy the brewing shenanigans. This is LevDev, signing out. Bada beep, bada boop.